in a bit on Pirates Week and the like. So when our guest gets settled, we'll have that discussion. But in the meantime, what is it that Miss Norma reminds me? Hey, the show must go on, she says. So it's going to be some open line, 949-8037 or 1-800-534-8255. Take your calls and share your thoughts with us. There's a chance to maybe have you share with us what's on your mind. Hey, listen, as we just heard in relation to our friends from Rotary Central, they have their annual music extravaganza coming up. And as they've shared with us to share with you, why don't we offer up a chance for you to win a ticket? We got a little opening in our schedule. Those of you who are, watching us online live on YouTube, those who want to watch us, well, you go to YouTube and you type in Radio Cayman live stream, you'll find the spot. Well, let me offer up a ticket to one of our callers just to show our support and our appreciation. And on behalf and in partnership with Rotary Central, well, this ticket is just as the same. If you had bought it and paid, the going market rate, you would have a chance to win one of the prizes, including, as I look at the ticket now, the first prize of 40,000 CI. And if you buy a ticket, you see it says tax-free. Well, that could be almost another discussion point, but who knows? I might just do that. And then the second prize is $4,000 CI. There are 6 prizes, each of $1,000. And then, of course, those who are selling, the seller's prize up to $4,000 as well. So, not a bad little, really incentivize people. You didn't have to be present to win it. So, Mr. Fox, what do you think? We should offer a ticket to one of our listeners? What do you think? They say this is their, what would be the next caller, the first caller, the 50th caller, the 1,000th caller? Maybe the caller that could call and answer correctly. What is it that you are going to have for lunch tomorrow? All right. We've got a prize. We want to give you a ticket. And it's compliments of Rotary Central. Chance to win $40,000 in their upcoming music extravaganza. It's going to take place, well, as we said, at the end of the month, in a month's time. And it's going to be probably, maybe last year, Royal Palms will be available. I know they had it there a number of years. Some of you may recall long ago, Mr. Elio Solomon get up on stage and having a little, a little shindig. He was singing along on stage one evening. That was quite entertaining. So this is another opportunity. You wouldn't maybe necessarily hear him, but as they shared, Dr. Bob's Experiment Fire Squad together with Altered Minds will be performing, and it's on the 24th of November. So a month hence on a Saturday evening. All right, let's give our ticket just to get things rolling off to show our thanks and appreciation to our caller number 7. Let's go to the phone. Say good afternoon, welcome. You're on Talk Today.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you today?
Blessed.
All right. Are you calling for a chance to win a ticket?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, it's one of those days when you feel generous, and then the other days when you think, hey, I wonder what should I do. You're the first one who called, and Mr. Fox is convincing me that if you can convince us as to why, we should get your ticket. If not, we can just play along and say the 7th caller. What do we think we should do?
Just give me the ticket.
Just give the ticket?
Yes.
Is that a song, Give Me the Ticket where the doctor ordered me? That one? Hey, it's a Wednesday. If we can't laugh on a Wednesday together, when are we going to do that, right? I don't know, man. I'm not easily convinced or persuaded, so let me see if you can convince me and persuade me. What do you think? No? All right, we try it again. I see Miss Eva laughing, so it's not working. But go along. We say the 7th caller. Let's try some more lines and see where we go. All right. Thanks, though. I love your spirit, man. A good thing. All right, so we got 6 more to go. Let me go to the phones. Who's on line next? 949-8037, 1-800-534-8255. Let's see how much fun we can have today. And those of you who have been involved, either as a Rotarian or someone connected to them, it's good fun sometimes. A lot of work, though. Let's go to the next line, see what number caller this is. Hey, good afternoon. Welcome.
Hi, I guess I'm number 2.
Guess you're number 2? Boy, well, at least I know a fellow who say he's number 1, so not bad. But you're right. You want to try it again? All right.
Sure. Unless you want to ask me a question.
I could ask you a question, but then I wonder if it'd be appropriate. So let me see. I can ask you a question. No, I won't ask that. I was going to ask you a question about politics, but that would be fun. We'll do that later.
Ask me a question about Rotary.
Rotary? No, man. We got to do that later. We got more tickets to give you. All right. Thanks so much, right?
Thanks.
All right. That's 2 down, 5 to go. Let's go to the next line. Who's this one? Good afternoon. Welcome. Nope. Doesn't count. You can't do that. All right. Hey, good afternoon. Welcome. Ooh, very fun, huh? All right. I see all the lines that are up here. You just got to be lucky to draw. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
All right. You keeping track with me?
Pardon me?
Hey, no, I was asking you keeping track with me?
Am I number 7?
You're number 7?
I count me number 7, yeah.
You count you number 7? Yeah, my friend tells me, he said in his book, if 10 is the best number, then, all people in his life are 10s because they're perfect. So, but in this instance, no, you're not number 7 for the ticket. Anything else you want to share with us?
No.
Not this time?
Not at this time.
All right. Well, thanks, and I hope that we can get you to play along again soon.
Okay.
All right, good breeze.
All right.
Let's try the next line. And my accountants and auditors are keeping count how many I got. Good afternoon and welcome. Hi, good afternoon. It's very, very, very wonderful to see how it goes. All right. Let's try the next one. Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
How are you? I'm fine, thanks you.
Oh, man, listen, I hope that I say this respectfully and appreciatively. I am blessed indeed. I know some people seem to somehow find offense, but it's not my intent. Life is good for you too, I pray.
Number 3, that lady just left her place, I think.
You must have been an accountant in a former life, huh? Well, I wish you were the lucky winner like the others before you, but I guess somebody has to go before to blaze the trail, right?
Wow.
Yeah. Who knows, maybe the next go around, we can give you a lot more, all right?
All right.
All right, thank you, though. Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful. Let's try it again. Hey, good afternoon.
Sorry, all circuits are busy.
Okay, that must have been a call from the White House. Let's go to the next line. Hey, good afternoon and welcome.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm good.
You see the fun we can have?
7 now.
You're 7 now?
Yeah, I'm 7
You
now.
sure? I lost count. I lost count. I mean, to me, you sound older than 7. You got to be at least 17, 18 maybe.
I look 17.
You look 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm lucky number 7. I mean,
Yeah?
you didn't have any other caller call twice.
You didn't have another call twice? Now listen, I'm only paying attention to the 2 people who were next to me doing a count. See, this is how we do it in government redundancy. We got one to count and one to check that one to count it. So I'm told you're number 8. No, that's not true. He didn't tell me that. but not 7. All right. But thanks though. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, my friend. Keep them counting. Let's go to the next line. Hey, good afternoon.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
Good.
So, hello.
Yeah, don't tell me you're not number 7.
I won't tell you that because you might like to hear that. What should I tell you instead?
Tell me what?
What do you want me to tell you?
Oh, that I'm number 7.
That you're number 7? I can, but I wouldn't want to be accused of making statements inconsistent with the truth. All right. But good playing, man. All right. Thanks, man. And we got to give some more tickets away. Let's go to this next line. Do we have another caller?
Hello.
Hey, hi, good afternoon.
Yeah, am I number 7 now?
Are you number 7 now? Let me check. I think we have a committee established that is going to submit this for a report. We probably can get back to you by the first quarter of 2021. Would that be okay? You know by then?
No.
No, that's not good enough? But this is efficiencies, in the bureaucratic system that we operate here. All right. I think there's a consultation next door. I'm just waiting for the pages to be ruffled. And the vote is this number 7? Boy, this is number 7. Congratulations, man.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yes.
I always win from Radio Cayman.
Well, listen, we genuinely love our listeners, and whenever we can, We try to be as objective and impartial and as best as we can. Have fun. Hopefully people take it in stride. But congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, now I'm not hopefully being too imposing. Like President Will asked me earlier, you don't need to answer if you don't. What would you do with this money do you know? Only if you want to answer.
I got lots of things I need to do with that.
You got lots of things? All right, well.
Do some remodeling of my home.
Yeah. All right, I can give you 2 tickets then. I can give you the winning ticket or the non-winning ticket. Which one do you want?
The winning ticket would be fun. Would be the best.
Well, I believe everybody believes that ticket is there. Now, just out of great respect, please don't disconnect. Let us get your details. The ticket will be here at Radio Cayman.
Okay.
And so you just come and, present the proper ID, and they'll have the ticket here. And it's, past President Ravi.
Okay.
So, yeah, somebody here will have it and give it to you. So just stay on the line, okay?
Okay, thank you.
And congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Sure. All right, well, I bet you know. She's got a lot of cousins and family and friends who say, if you win that money, remember me. It's not 1.6 billion, but it's close enough. No, it isn't. I'm going to pause and take a short break. Get the details from this caller. Is that what we're doing, Mr. Fox? And we're going to play along. Win some tickets. Who knows? Stay tuned for Talk Today.
A caring and community spirit, cherished family and cultural values. These are some of the things that still embodies the Caymanian way of life in the Eastern Districts today. Savannah Pharmacy, your neighborhood pharmacy, located in Countryside Shopping Village, is delighted to offer products and services of real value. Whether it's catering to your family's medical needs or carrying apparel, gifts, and beauty products, Savannah Pharmacy provides you with more than just prescriptions. Remember, they're always just around the corner with everything your family needs and convenient opening hours, including Sundays and holidays. Savannah Pharmacy. For more information, call 946-3336.
King Sports Center takes pride in being more than just an ordinary gymnasium. For 14 years, their multi-purpose facility has been providing the community with a variety of sporting, recreational, and relaxation activities. King Sports Center has a bowling alley, lounge bar, multi-purpose rooms, powerhouse gym, rock climbing wall, bungee jumping, a 10,000 square foot rink, and so much more. For more information on the variety of services, call their friendly staff today at 946-5464 or email kings@candw.ky or visit www.kingsportscenter.com. King Sports Center, your one-stop shop for fitness, recreation, and relaxation.
We are now in the hurricane season, and to survive a hurricane, you need to be informed. If you have been informed by official sources that a hurricane is approaching the Cayman Islands, and you live in a low-lying area that is prone to flooding or near the beaches, which may be swept by high tides or storm waves, please seek a safe place and high ground. If the only way for you to get to a safe place is a road that is also likely to be flooded during a storm, please leave home early. Don't run the risk of being stranded. This has been a public service announcement from your community station, Radio Cayman.
Thousands of Caymanians work in our cruise tourism industry. It is a myth that Cayman does not need cruise tourism. It is a fact that 4,500 Caymanians work in this industry today as taxi and tour operators, boat captains and crew, restaurateurs, retailers, water sports operators, and ambassadors at our attractions. If our cruise tourism industry is half of what it is today, what are we going to do with our people, the thousands of unemployed Caymanians? Support the peers, support our tourism.
Happy nice boy.
This Wednesday, the season finale for Brianna Bodden is Season of Service. You don't want to miss it.
Party's coming in, I can't wait.
Great food, fun times, and new music.
Plus, we on midterm break, so we can sleep in late after all that fun.
Sleep in late? What happened? You need beauty rest, or?
Speaking of beauty, YCLA finalist Casey Mobley will be on Youth Flex this week.
It sounds like it's going to be a beautiful show.
Along with Melanie Mockfield from the Parrot Chic office.
Our word of the week is dormitory. D-O-R-M-I-T-O-R-Y. It is a noun that means a large bedroom for a number of people in a school or institution.
In my bedroom, let's take a trip to the moon.
So join us this Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Radio Cayman 89.9 FM for the season finale of Season of Service. For Youth Flex, a program for all people by young people. Youth Flex, more than talk.
but I do have some questions.
Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back to Talk Today. And thank you so much for allowing us to play along, laugh, have a little bit of fun. Some days it's good. Congratulations to the lady just earlier who won, and to all others who were really, really so wonderful about playing along. Listen, we have some other tickets to give away. We'll do them here on Talk Today. Maybe we can share them around in some of our other programming as we can. Listen to the guys in the morning and in the afternoon. You never know, and we might be able to give it another ticket before the day is out. But if you're listening and stay tuned, you'll know for sure. Now, our friends at Roto Central has shared, listen, those tickets that you win are just the same as if you purchased the ticket. They will go in the draw and be a part of the whole process. 8949-8037 or 1-800-534-8255. I invite you to share with us your thoughts and be a part of our ongoing discussions. We're going to have a conversation in a little bit. That's what your friends talking about the upcoming Pirates Week. 1:30, the AgriFest over at SP on Saturday. We'll talk to you about that. And then 2 o'clock, something special in store, sort of another compliment to some of the things we've been doing in relation to our culture and our heritage, our history, and opportunities to not just celebrate, but actually be, in some cases, informed about other things. And numbers that we want you to share in to be a part of our discussion is 949-8037, or you can WhatsApp 925-3261. You can even email talktoday@candw.ky. Of course, a flow makes us, be able to be positioned to offer up a toll-free call at 1-800-534-8255. So those are the options to call and share your thoughts with us as we invite you to be a part of our discussion. We'll pause in a second, hit to our news, and when we come back, we'll continue our conversations. So please stay tuned for Talk Today.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
On a daily basis, making it easy to connect with you, our listeners. Add us to WhatsApp today, 925-3261. That's 925-3261.
Radio Cayman.
Send a text or voice note.
Can I send a request, please?
You don't really have to ask us. Just send a request.
This is a shout out to my ex.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
From district to district, moving through the waters to Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Your station, your voice. All things Cayman. One radio, many people. This is home.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman. Radio Cayman's newsroom. These are the biggest stories right now.
Police and other emergency services were dispatched to a report of an assault, grievous bodily harm that took place on Legend Drive on Cayman Brac just before 5 a.m. on Tuesday. It is believed that a woman used a knife and stabbed a man known to her twice. A struggle ensued during which the man also received injuries to both his hands. The man was taken to the Faith Memorial Hospital where he received treatment for his injuries. The 29-year-old woman of Cayman Brac was arrested on suspicion of assault by grievous bodily harm. She remains in custody pending further investigations. Good afternoon, I'm Dion Anglin with your headlines and news elsewhere. Suspected explosive devices were sent to former U.S. President Barack Obama and ex-Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, the U.S. Secret Service has said. It comes 2 days after a bomb was found at the home of liberal philanthropist and financier George Soros in the suburbs of New York City. The devices were discovered by technicians who screened mail sent to the former U.S. officials. The Saudi Crown Prince has vowed to punish all the culprits responsible for the murder of writer Jamal Khashoggi in Turkey. Speaking at a business forum, Riyadh Mohammed bin Salman said the crime was painful to all Saudis, but he would never allow any rift with Turkey. The Saudis have previously denied accusations that the prince, the de facto ruler, had a role in the killing. Khashoggi died during an October 2nd visit to the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. And a lottery ticket holder in South Carolina has scooped the largest jackpot in U.S. history. Mega Millions confirmed there was one winner for the whopping $1.6 billion prize. The jackpot numbers were 28, 70, 5, 62, 65, with a mega ball of 5. The odds of choosing those numbers were said to be 1 in more than 300 million. That's a wrap of your headlines. I'm Dion Anglin.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands. What's happening in your community? News and information, music and more. You can find us. www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Radio Cayman is your choice, your voice for today's biggest news. Radio Cayman.
Talk today. But I do have some questions. Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. Thank you so much for joining us. As I look at some people eating chocolate chip cookies and don't share, but that's okay, Mr. Paul. You see how your friends are? As we welcome to our studio the executive director at our national festival, Miss Melanie McFeel.
Hello, Dwayne.
My good friend.
Once a year
meet
up.
Yeah, sadly I will say, this is the only time we seem to be able to see each other.
I know.
So, but that's what good friends are like, At least you can be gone a year and still pick up where you left off.
Exactly where you left off.
All right, but thank you for letting me.
Yesterday.
That's right. Love and laugh along with you. Always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure. And I guess that's part of the thing that we recognize in this country. And people live next door to each other. They're good friends. They mean well, but they get so busy with their work lives that they no longer get to enjoy and savor the flavor and what they say, smell the roses or taste the chocolate.
True.
I haven't tasted chocolate in a while, so maybe it's time for a little nibble.
Yes.
But it's a pleasure, man, and I commend you for being that stalwart professional, always a consummate professional.
Thank you so
much.
It's
a great work, hard
Appreciate
work.
Appreciate it. It's very humbling to hear that. Thank you.
Always proud of you, my dear.
Thank you.
Tall order ahead. I mean, this is a significant milestone for all is unfolding. So, what I say, the game is afoot.
Never heard that one before.
No, I always get no. Don't look at them, right?
No,
okay.
You don't.
Why? But Pirates Week. I mean, it's from the heritage days, from the official, opening, even the pre-things that go on and all of the, sort of extras unfold within the month. From those humble beginnings way back when to now.
41 years.
41 years. Yes, I was about a mere smidgen back in those days.
I can always, it's so much easier for me to relate to Pirates Week because we're the same age.
Yeah.
So I have no problem stating my age.
Well, there are many who look at you and go, really? I thought that you were still a teenager.
23.
23?
Yeah. Close enough.
I think 27, man.
That's I'll take that.
That's when I was old enough to know better, but still young enough to do more.
Yeah.
But 41 years.
41 years.
It's an important milestone.
Our national festival.
Yeah.
The biggest social event on the Cayman Islands calendar.
I think many people get engaged and many people recognize, but I believe as we start to appreciate it, maybe there'll be greater buy-in from all and the public as well as private sectors, from the individual to the corporate sponsor to that household who may be seen as an opportunity. You know what? We may be able to pick up one of the stalls at the district days. We may be able to participate in the different events in order to showcase our culture, but to be reminded of it as still many family and friends specifically come during the Pirates Week time to rekindle those relationships.
Exactly, and to that and the whole pirates in Pirates Week, again, a marketing hook. Get the people here and show them what the Cayman Islands has to offer.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because, and I don't mean to highlight him because he's still, despite what people may see of him in a public persona, he's very humble and relatively quiet and shy and unassuming. Ray Banker. So our monthly program, see what I say, the research that we've uncovered. Just recently we did something on breadfruit, and you think, breadfruit? Well, what does that have to do with Cayman? Well, we got historical records now to indicate that not only was the famous Captain Blythe in our waters, he was on our lands, and 10 years perhaps earlier than we expected, he hand delivered one of these things to our own, so to speak, governor at the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's significant. Now, will we ever get to that point that we start to appreciate it and wonder to what extent we have this incredible history that is yet to be uncovered and shared, and is only appreciated by a very, very small number.
Very few. And the National Archives is a wealth of knowledge, and I know Ray is a wealth of knowledge.
And he's there's something about him, he latches on to it. I'm saying that now I got some work I need to get back to him. Maybe I should apologize publicly. Ray, you will see that between now and Christmas.
Whatever that is.
Yeah, I didn't say which Christmas though.
Okay.
But no, and the reason why I reference him in relation to Pirates Week, in particular during the district days, there's a chance to go across the country and start to recognize what is there. And maybe as a people, whether you're Caymanian like some who have long ancestral links, through the generations, or you recently decided this is going to be your home, and you're making that step to officially become through that paper process or whatever that is. Embrace what Cayman is. Go to the district days, be a part of the national festival,
exactly,
and enjoy the revelry and the camaraderie, and celebrate.
And there's so many different ways to do that. You can do that through the music there during the festival. You can do that through the building of the floats that are entered for the parade, or just helping out your individual district heritage committee by getting involved with putting together your district day.
Right. There used to be a cardboard race.
It's now called the Cardboard Regatta.
Cardboard Regatta, right?
Right. And regatta is a boat race.
Yeah.
So a lot of people say the Cardboard Boat Regatta.
No,
that's redundant.
Yeah. That's like saying honest. No, I'm not going to go there today. I promised myself I'd try to behave while you're here.
Yes.
Not happening.
Don't do it. It's not you.
But the reason why I say that is when you were talking about this notion that there's so many facets, so many aspects you get involved in. The Cardboard Regatta, for instance. I know parents and educators with students utilize that as an opportunity as part of a science project. How can you take this thing that is going to go into water that ordinarily is paper, is going to disintegrate in no order at all? But there's a teamwork aspect, team building.
Yes.
Companies can do it as part of their thing and have fun. And what better way than to bond with your colleagues, maybe invite a customer that you've been trying to win over to your side because you want that new account, whatever that thing is, or your students. That's just one aspect of it.
One aspect. Yeah. And another aspect is to know that part of your involvement includes helping a charity. So even if it's not something you've desired to be a part of, just knowing that your registration, being a part of the event and that registration fee, a portion of that is going to a worthy cause.
And that speaks to what I think is Caymanian, but what is, indicative of being in Cayman. We see the wonderful corporate, charitable, sort of commitment across all quarters. People really, really get involved and to give. Some, may have ulterior motives, but for the most part, everybody is trying to do their little bit to make it better. This year is, the 41st, sort of.
41st.
Wow. Tell us about it, Miss Man. I mean, give us a little preview and a little highlight.
Of course, we kick off, the official kickoff of the festival is happening in the BRAC next weekend, next Friday, the 2nd through the 4th. And then we move into the Grand Cayman portion, and those dates are the 8th to the 12th. And then we close off with Little Cayman, the 16th through the 18th. But one thing we've that's being brought back this year are the individual district days. Those days are ran completely independent of the festival office through the district heritage committees. And if anyone wants any more information in terms of how to contact the specific heritage committee reps or chairs, they can contact our office and we'll be happy to provide that information. But the dates for the district days are the 2nd of November through the 8th of November. So all of that information can be found on our website at piratesweekfestival.com.
In those district days, we see, even to this day, many of the schools will take some of their students through individual classes, or parents may make an effort either because they're involved in it, or they may say, listen, yeah, we don't see this much now, but this was what, for some parents, what my grandmother used to tell me about, because they themselves no longer have practice. That just shows how much, we've sort of changed, how far we've come in such a short time. Some people can't realize it was not long ago when not everybody had air conditioning in their houses.
Some people still don't.
Now it seems, yeah.
But to your point, the schools being involved and attending the district days is so paramount to the understanding for a lot of the kids what our culture and our heritage is all about. And these committees do invite schools to come out. So we're hoping that the schools will participate, come and take a look at the demonstrations, the arts, the crafts that are displayed at each of these districts. And it's so unique because every district has its own uniqueness.
Props for some people don't appreciate it, props wouldn't expect it. Very small place physically. And you think, it's only this long, but you appreciate how much paved roads and how sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get to one point to the next. But that sort of uniqueness, I think, is very evident during the Pirates Week, where one district's showcase of a particular thing, the dialect, the accent, even the preparation of certain foods.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of the district days.
Yeah, man, it's almost like traveling across a wider continent with multiple countries, sharing, borders. But as much as we are alike, we're different. As much as we're different, we're more alike.
It's true. Yep. It's true. And I mean, some people still refer to West Bay as the Republic, So.
Well, I have a fellow who wants to be the ambassador. He always tells me that when I become governor, he become ambassador. So we shall do that.
I'll speak more to the major, or the core of the festival, which is obviously the Grand Cayman portion. We have quite a bit of activity happening, but what I do want to state is a format change for this year, which I think it was April of this year, a request for a proposal went out offering the bars and the entertainment up for bid. And the winning bidder was Monster Media. So what that entitled them to was the entertainment aspect of Friday and Saturday, and also the running of the bars for Friday and Saturday night, meaning the 9th and the 10th of November. There will be an admission for Friday. So that is something people should expect in terms of a change for this year, a major change for this year. However, those admission prices are very reasonable. The lineup of entertainment is like no other. So what you're paying for and what you're getting, you're paying a lot less than what it's valued. So we highly encourage people to get their tickets now from eventpro.com. And that event, like I said, is ran through Monster Media, not through the Pirates Week Festival office. But we do promote the event as well. And Saturday, everything is free. It's just like it's always been. But again, the entertainment and the bars are ran by Monster Media. We have the Monday, which is Culture Shop with a P. And that is ran through the festival office. That's also free admission. But before I get into Monday, I just wanted to, let the public know that is probably the biggest change for this year in terms of, to expect that Friday there will be barricades in certain areas of Harbour Drive, and there will be an admission. You'll still be able to see the fireworks like you've always seen. There's many portions of Harbour Drive that are open and freely accessible. Also, the food courts are accessible. Come out and support your favorite vendor and have all that good turtle and conch and the stuff that makes us go. So that's the biggest change for this year's festival. So Friday we have our 5K, and the beauty of Pirates Week is there's something for everybody. There's events for the sports enthusiasts. There's music for all to listen to that's appropriate. You have your fireworks display, which everyone attends. You have your pooch parade, for those for animal lovers. So for Friday, we have the 5K run, obviously our food festival and fireworks. And we have the Waterfront Sound Invasion. That's the event that you would pay an admission for. But before that, we kick off Thursday with the happy hour and the kickoff party at Royal Palms. Unfortunately, this year we don't have the Pan in the City event. So this year is a rebuilding year for that event. So we were coming back bigger and better for next year. For Saturday, again, another sporting event, the 5K Sea Swim. We have our Pirates Against Plastic public beach cleanup, and I'll speak more to what our Pirates Against Plastic initiative is. The Pooch Parade, we have the Cardboard Regatta, Food Festival, pre-landing, our landing invasion. We also have our District Heritage Ambassador costume competition, which was formerly Miss Festival Queen. We have our Teen Up Street Dance, so the teens have their very own area to do their thing. And we have the Waterfront Sound Invasion again, which is the street dance for the Saturday night. Sunday, we also have a slew of events happening with the To Hell and Back run. The Turtle Release, that's being reintroduced this year, and I'll speak more to that later. The Children's Fun Day, the Underwater Treasure Hunt, which is also being reintroduced this year. And something more I would say more adult friendly is the Soaked Wet Vet. I know you'll be going to that. Just joking.
Throw me under the bus.
I know, right? And then Monday we have another volunteerism beach cleanup, which is geared towards our tourists who actually volunteer to clean the Barker's Beach. We have our Culture Shop Street Fair, and that goes from 9 until 11 p.m. But during Culture Shop, we have a number of events within that event, including the Junior Snapper Cook-Off. So we're bringing that back as well this year. The Culture Jam Local Talent Show, Sentencing of the Pirates, our Illumination Night Parade, and our fireworks finale, and then with our street dance finale. So that concludes the Grand Cayman portion of the festival. So that's just a run through of the events. And I'll also mention the just so that there's no confusion or concerns about the landing, the Pirates Week Festival has secured 2 pirate ship vessels for the landing. I know there's been some concerns about the Jolly Roger being a part of the festival. We've always had the 2 vessels that called the Big Island and Blue Sky Sailing as our vessels of choice for this year's landing. It's unfortunate what's happened to the Jolly, because Jolly has been a significant part of not just Pirates Week's history, but Cayman Islands on a whole. It's been here for 30-something years. So we're hoping that that vessel recovers fully and they're able to participate in the festival next year. But just for people to know, Pirates Week is good to go. The landing is on. That was always the vessels we were going to use. So, so we're good. We're good for the landing, yes.
So we get started with Cayman Brac this weekend?
Yes, Cayman Brac is this weekend. And we have Miss Rochelle Dilbert has been integral in the planning of the Cayman Brac Heritage event. Just want to say a big shout out to Rochelle for coming on board at late notice. We have a happy hour and a kickoff party happening on the Friday, and those are both at La Esperanza. On Saturday, we have the Heritage Day, and that will include your typical demos, craft stalls, music, a kids zone as well. The float parade, fireworks, and a bonfire and after party, and that's all happening on Saturday. And like I mentioned before, all of this information can be found on our website. So our entire schedule is there for those who want to know specific dates, times, and locations. The Sunday is the finale of the Brac celebration, and that is the Pirates Farewell Lunch, where they say goodbye to all the pirates until next year.
This is it. And there are many who, from year to year, get a chance to participate. And I wonder to what extent how many of us have actually been able to take in all of the activities.
I know.
There was a time when we were younger that we could, but some of us have to get
Speak for yourself. No, but each festival really offers its you know, and I might use this word a lot, its own uniqueness.
It does.
Because that is exactly what it is, you know. And I must say the BRAC is more known for the heritage cultural aspect of Cayman during their Pirates Week celebrations. Grand Cayman offers something for everybody. And then Little Cayman is more focused on their float parade. So they're very, I always say this, Little Cayman is my favorite. I love the friendly rivalry of the different, you know, float participants, and how they're so creative with the development and the ideas that they come up with. I mean, there's a theme. There's always a theme each year. So it makes it easier for you to come up with a design. And the theme this year is Celebrating the Seas, and that's commemorating the 60th anniversary of the coat of arms. But we also have a sub-theme called Pirates Against Plastic. And what that is exactly what it sounds like, Pirates Against Plastic. So what Pirates Week has done this year is especially where our food court is concerned, we have introduced products made from sugar cane. It's called Ebanks. Yeah. And we're selling them out of the festival office for a very reasonably priced rate. And it's actually very competitive to styrofoam products, which, by the way, never degrades. Styrofoam and some plastics never degrade. And some plastics take up to 400 years to degrade, which I don't think any of us will be around to see.
I'll probably still be there. But,
I might be right behind you, but
we'll be rocking it.
So for the price that you're paying, and like I said, the price is probably maybe 3 cents more than you would pay for a styrofoam container, versus, you know, what you're contributing to your environment. So that's a big initiative that we're starting this year. We don't expect to see zero single-use plastic, but the idea is we have to start. So ideally next year, that is going to be our mission. No plastic whatsoever. The bars have also implemented this. So whatever is being purchased, whatever beverage you choose to purchase, and it's served in a cup, it will be a biodegradable cup. But we also have tankers that we're selling at the Pirates Week office, and those are stainless steel, very nice tankers and they're 16 ounces, I believe. They're only $20. You can take those to the bars and get your refills, and you can use it either for cold products or hot products. And it's a great way to show your support of the festival, but also, you know, not using single-use plastic. So that's really a big initiative for us this year.
I mean, think about it. In Pirates Against Plastic, that sort of goes back to original time.
Exactly. They never used plastic.
Yeah, they had cash.
So it makes sense, right?
No credit card.
I know. You got me there.
Yeah. I was just thinking that, you know. No, but this is where I think these events can also, you know, help to sort of inform the agenda relative to, you know, whether it's a political or environmental consciousness, but speak to your history and your heritage as well, and for us to be responsible revelers.
Exactly.
A week.
I like that, responsible revelers.
Hey,
I can get a T-shirt with that on it.
Yeah, I can see Ray doing something with that. No.
I know.
A reveler.
A reveler. Exactly.
No, but it's fun, and I think as people would recognize the amount of work that you and your team put in, and it isn't easy. You make it look easy.
No, I don't. But thanks.
Yeah, no, man, you do. And Abagasi.
I have a fantastic team. It's a small team, but they're hardworking. They're very supportive, and they know it's a job that needs it. We just need to get the work done. You know, there are times where, you know, we feel like, oh my gosh, will this happen? Because it can be extremely overwhelming. But somehow we manage to pull it off each and every year.
Each year, you know, it's something that is new and different and improve. And
we try to keep it fresh, you know.
That's the thing. Too many times it's a scene. You know, look at perhaps re-releases of movies, or look at, you know, very established tourist destinations, museums or amusement parks or what have you. They always try to revitalize it,
exactly,
you know, and reintroduce something or maybe bring something to the fore that gives people a chance to look at it in another light. 4 decades, think about it.
4 decades and 4 new events this year.
Yep.
So that's, I think, hats off, like I said, to my team and to the Tourism Attraction Board and to our volunteers. Pirates Week is a huge undertaking, and we cannot do this without volunteers, and we still need them. So, this is my plug to requesting, volunteers get in touch with us and, come out and do your part to help support Pirates Week.
Yeah, make it a festival. And short order will be celebrating 50 years, and but let's celebrate this one with an enthusiastic
Can't
spirit.
say I will be there for that one, but
maybe on the sidelines, just enjoying it.
Yeah, that's where I would like to be. Yes,
because it's always good to see things from that perspective.
Yes.
When you at the head of the line, you don't always get to see what's behind you. Right?
I don't get to see anything.
Yeah, been there, done that. But it's going to be fun. Whether you're on the BRAC or whether you're on the Cayman or whether you get to see all three.
Yes.
It's going to be a good festival time.
It is.
So, and then people can come into the Pirates Week office and get their, I like what you call them, the tankers?
The tankers. Yeah. It's a stainless steel. It's a really nice mug. And it's on our Facebook page. You can check it out at Cayman Islands Pirates Week Festival. Mm-hmm. And, we have all the information there, what it looks like, what it's made out of, what it costs. And obviously, you can get it we can get it in the bars as well. So it will be available at the bars. And we're working on some partnerships with getting it throughout the islands because it's not dated. Mm-hmm. So you can use it whenever, wherever. Yeah. Take it to work with you and pour your coffee in it.
That's what I was thinking. It'd be a good way. I think I know a friend who needs a new mug.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll buy 2.
Yeah. we have, when we first posted the promo for it, Dwayne, within hours, we sold, I would say, about almost 20 of the mugs. And that mightn't sound like a lot, but within 2 or 3 hours, people were just, and these were people overseas.
Yeah. They're nice when I see, make the excuse to come down to the office for.
You don't need an excuse.
I don't need one?
You don't need an excuse. Just come.
I just come?
Yes.
I like that one. Well, Miss Miller, hopefully you'll get a chance, whether by phone or in person, preferably, to come and share with us as you need, but we're always here for you.
Yes, I appreciate that.
And enjoy it. Yeah, spend some time to let your hair down. Kick off your shoes.
Yes, after the 18th.
Yeah? Not a bad day. All right. Any closing thoughts you want to maybe listen?
Yeah, I just want to say a big thank you again to, Radio Cayman has always been a major support of the festival, and I'm always happy to come in and spend some time with you and the other host that feature Pirates Week each and every year. We have a slew of sponsors that, we're thankful for. I will not even dare to mention, all of them for the fear of forgetting one. Just reach out to the festival office for any information. You can reach us by Facebook at Cayman Islands Pirates Week Festival. Our website is piratesweekfestival.com. You can call us 949-5078. Or you can just pop by and say hello. We are next to the KFC and Royal Bank on the waterfront. And I always refer to that KFC as the most popular KFC in the world. The one with all the chickens. So you can't miss us. Just come upstairs and we're there, waiting to answer any of your questions. We have the song competition that is probably one of the more popular events that are coming back this year. We've had quite a few registrations so far. There's still time. The registration deadline is the 30th. Again, check us out on our website for more information on that.
All right. Well, we're here when you need us.
Thank you.
Like really came on in before, during, and after the storm. It came on strong. Hey, thanks very much, Ms. Val.
Thanks for having me.
We get a chance
Great
to
to
chat
see
with
you again.
Always a pleasure. And to our listeners, hey, Pirates Week is upon us. Whether you remember the festival competition long ago with some of those songs I won't dare try to sing because it mightn't sound as good. But we'll laugh and love and have some fun. Stay tuned, please, for Talk Today.
CUC advises motorists that in an effort to alert approaching drivers of speed restrictions when entering an area of road where CUC vehicles and personnel are present, the company will be deploying rumble strips. These rumble strips are a series of raised transverse rubber strips laid across the road which changes the noise of vehicles' tires make on the surface and so warning drivers of speed restrictions. On approaching CUC's work zones, motorists will observe bright orange road signs signifying rumble strips ahead. Before entering these work zones, motorists will encounter the rumble strips that are encouraged to drive with extreme caution at slow speeds until they are well clear of the work zones. These rumble strips are essential to safeguarding against potential danger to CUC personnel. If you have any questions regarding the use of rumble strips, please contact our customer service team at 949-5200 or via email at service@cuc.ky.
Sometimes things just don't go as planned. That's why you need Contractors All-Risk Insurance from Fidelity Insurance Brokers. Ensure you're covered in the event of property damage and third-party injury or damage claims during your construction projects. And with Fidelity Insurance Brokers, you can be sure you are getting competitive pricing and superior customer service. Call us today for a free quote. Fidelity, we're good for you.
Brand Source Home Gallery is celebrating 48 years serving Cayman with a 20% store-wide anniversary sale. Get 20% off everything for 2 days only, Friday and Saturday, October 26th and 27th. Choose from Cayman's largest range of kitchen and laundry appliances. Browse the huge mattress selection and save 40% off. Check out the Design Center and save 20% on your custom designed kitchen, bathrooms, or closets. And browse the beautiful bath showroom for the most elegant and innovative bath products in Cayman. The Brand Source 20% off store-wide anniversary sale is Friday and Saturday, the 26th and 27th. Open until 6 p.m. both days. So hurry in now to Brand Source Home Gallery in Industrial Park. Call 623-5000 for more details.
Cayman Brac France, the Radio Cayman team is on the Brac doing registrations for the Breeze Brac Fusion 5K Walk Run. Stop by Star Island from now until 2:30 p.m. to register for this year's Charity 5K Walk Run taking place on November 24th. Proceeds from this year's Brac Breeze Fusion event will be going to support the So and So Club.
At Seaboard Marine, customers often ask us questions about their shipments.
Hi, I'm thinking of buying a car from the States. Which port do you ship out of?
Hi, we ship out of Miami, Houston, and Brooklyn. Just let us know your port of choice and we can provide you with a quotation and answer any questions you may have on insuring and protecting your vehicle during its journey.
Shipping shore to shore, Seaboard.
Okay, settle down. There's someone I want to thank. This guy knows how to get the most out of every fill-up. This guy had the common sense to drive into Esso so I could get back on the road. $5,000 richer. Thanks to me. Thank you so much, me. Thank you. Yes.
Spend $25 at any Esso service station and get a chance to win in weekly draws for $5,000 cash. Every week for 5 weeks, we'll be choosing a winner. You can also get a chance to win free fuel and prizes at our weekly spin and win events. That's $30,000 in cash and prizes to be won. Drive into an Esso station today. You'll thank yourself. The Esso brand is a trademark of Exxon Mobil Corporation and is used under license.
From happy beginnings to happy ever after,
Brit K protects your lifestyle with the best insurance cover at the best possible price.
Health insurance with far-reaching benefits.
95% of claims settled in 5 days.
Low-cost life insurance.
And investments.
Security in retirement.
With a custodian pension plan.
For happy beginnings and a happy ever after,
visit BritK.ky or call 949-8699.
Brit K, where people come first.
Cayman's cruise industry must be preserved and developed. It is a myth that the cruise lines will continue to call on Cayman at the rate they do now without the piers. It is a fact that the mega-class ships will not be tendered. Arrivals will decline by half over time as the older ships are decommissioned. This will hurt our economy and thousands of Caymanians who work in this industry. If we want to continue providing opportunities for Caymanians, we need the piers. Support the piers. Support our tourism.
Talk today. But I do have some questions. Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. Thank you for joining us as we get a chance now to share with both Tom Ebanks and James Jambo Miles as we talk about something that is seem to be planted from good seed and really growing quite well. Right, Tomas?
Yes, sir.
How are you guys today, man?
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
Blessed.
There we go, man. As you know, this AgriFest, as you know, growing a healthy community. The notion that we're starting to see more and more, partly to promote local agriculture, partly to be able to respect and reflect on the need for food security as a part of our nation's independence, or less reliance on external factors and forces. What we see happening in the West Bay is a great example of what could be a model for other districts to follow.
Yeah, I think it'd be a great thing for every district to have their agricultural product marketed in such a way that it empowers not only the communities to engage in agriculture, but find ways of generating employment opportunities.
Mm-hmm. I think what it does too, though, I mean, many of us probably, recall having chores where we go out in the ground and, that little hole of cassava.
I just used to pull bush.
I'm trying to make it sound good, man. What's wrong with you? But it was bush. This thing that you had to do, part of what you were required because it was important, right? Maybe that caused some of us to take it very seriously and realize the importance. Maybe it did for others a bit of a turn off, right?
Yeah, Dwayne, I think we all come from that background or from that era where we had those responsibilities of pulling the bush or planting the seed.
Mm-hmm. And I think feeding the chickens
or the cows, watering the cows, doing something.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this initiative that we actually started probably 2 months ago was a brainchild of the West Bay Kodak Committee and the West Bay Central Committee as well, in utilizing a facility that had been built and sort of sitting there unused. And we saw the benefit of that actually develop into agricultural kind of grounds on weekends for much of what Jamu said earlier and yourself in terms of just allowing an opportunity for the farmers in the district to have a location to sell their produce, backyard farming, as well as some other bigger farmers in West Bay to sell the produce that they produce. And as a result of that, what we're having this Saturday is actually the opening of the agricultural fest grounds, and there'll be numerous activities, and that takes place from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. this Saturday at the West Bay Heritage Park. And for those of you that don't know where that is located next to the Aid Bush Stadium or Aid Bush Sports Centre on Birch Tree Hill Road. It has another name, but everyone will know Birch Tree Hill Road. That's where it's located, near Waterground. There's other things we will be happening there in addition to the sale of produce and of arts and crafts. There will be, just to let you know, everything that is happening this day is your favorite word, free. Our chocolate, there seems to be two of your favorite words.
No, free chocolate.
But there's no free chocolate, but we'll bring you one. But in addition to the sale of the produce, and that's the main reason we're having it, we knew that basically we wanted to attract families and kids, so we're putting on displays and exhibits. Jamo and his
National Youth Culinary Program
will be there, basically having the West Bay
District Cook-Off. We started the cook-off last Saturday. We had East End and North Side compete. And then this week now we'll do West Bay because they're having something great that ties in with our theme as well.
Yeah.
Our theme this year is Cayman coat of arms. So a lot of our competitions will be actually hinged around it because of the celebrations of our 6th celebrations. But we saw the opportunity to... We always have a grand showcase of all the champions at the agriculture show, and this is like a mini agriculture show. So we're like, well, we definitely need to come on board and do it then. Although West Bay was scheduled for later on in the year, we say, well, let's do West Bay around this event because it ties right in. We will actually get some produce for the dishes from the market.
Jess, we have a caller joining us as we're speaking to Tom Ebanks and James Jamo Miles, talking about the AgriFest official opening this Saturday in West Bay. We go to our phones. Hey, good afternoon and welcome. You're on Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Dwayne. Good afternoon to your guests there at Tommy and Jamo.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Oh, fine. I hope you guys are okay. Calling regarding the West Bay Heritage Fair. I want to congratulate those boys, and we want to make another extension onto that we got some wonderful Cayman dish out there tomorrow on Saturday, God's willing. We will be having corn turtle rundown. No. I don't know if Jamo from Georgetown knows about corn turtle, but I know Carmen.
My toes already started to curl up. My grandmother used to make the most wonderful corn turtle rundown. Miss Edna shows me that. I can be comparing it to that. I will be comparing it.
I think we have to have a competition to see who can make the best food. Because I was told yesterday morning that they think that Bordentown makes the best rundown, and somebody else called and said they think it's East End. So I think one of these days we have to take that district and the 5 districts together to see who cooks the best food overall.
Well, we're trying with the young people, but if the older folks won't come up to the challenge, we'll make space at the agriculture show. Everybody can meet up at agriculture show and see what we're saying.
Okay, well, I think it comes to a challenge that we need to challenge it.
I ain't got no problem with that.
Everyone to come out, we're going to have real Cayman. I'm one of the vendors that are having one of the food stalls there. My name is Gwendolyn.
Okay.
And we're having corn turtle, Cayman style beef, lobster, bilk, conchs, and stewed turtle. Okay, and all the trimmings to go with it. And we're going to have something special on the turtle meat that we haven't seen for a long, long time. Because it's only the district of West Bay cooks that one. I'm not going to give that one secret on the air.
Oh, I don't know what it is.
Know what it is.
Turtle hash. That's all right. I could be looking for it.
I'm not going to tell you what it is, but they need to come out and see it for themselves. So they want to know what is and taste it. They want to know what is special in West Bay that the rest of the districts don't do. I don't think so. I've never seen it nowhere else. I'm a child growing up. You need to come out and check that one. So we're calling all the people to come out and help support it and come out and taste the food. Okay?
All right.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Hey. Tommy, you hungry already?
Man, she said something that I love, corn turtle. I look for it everywhere I go. And I buy it everywhere I find it. But, to just talk a bit more about what will be happening on the day, we have displays, exhibits, and she talked about the food. In addition to what she spoke about, we have wilks, heavy cakes, and we're going to have also roast corn for those people that like it. The drinks will be the regular drink, coconut water, lemonade, snow cones, cotton candy. There'll be the National Youth Culinary Cook-Off. There'll be craft and health products. Also the activities for the kids. There'll be face painting, old time, Cayman Games, Pet and Zoo, Kids Zone. The competitions that'll be taking place is Faces of Cayman Photo Contest, the Prince and Princess of the Crop Competition, Egg Spoon Race, and also we're going to have appearances by our beauty, Cayman Islands, latest beauty queens, and potentially even Miss Cayman.
Potentially. And this is it. I mean, so this Saturday is geared towards showcasing, and focusing on our agricultural sort of heritage, but a Found and Fill Day from the photo competition through the cook-off to the tasting and celebrating. John, I'm not quite sure how you can find time to do all these things, huh?
I like coming late. But not too late for corn turtle. No.
There you go.
I'll have some of that aside for me.
Right.
I haven't had it in a while.
Okay. And just to talk, we're having on this day, but we have ongoing efforts, to basically support local farmers, where they get together, we buy from them, they actually showcase to us what they've been doing that's good, and we actually try to incorporate it, each one of us, in terms of me, myself, I've started a little herbs garden. So I got all the herbs that I use to season my food growing already, even reaping some pumpkins now. So, I think the more we actually try to go green and eat healthy, the more it makes us each realize the benefit of actually doing some sort of backyard farming. It can be a little garden behind your kitchen, by your front door, where you keep your mints that you break every morning to make tea. You know, your teas, you know, your fever grass, your peppermint, your ginger, whatever it is. I think, you know, if we all try to do something, you know, it'll actually help us. But we also, it's convenient for the people of West Bay rather than having to come into town to shop at the farmers market. For us, having a farmers market in West Bay, it allows, you know, those people to actually go there on Saturday and pick up the things they use on a weekly basis for food stuff, you know.
And I think one of the benefits that West Bay have is that they have their own turtle farm. They can have fresh turtle meat if they want every Saturday. At their market, they could have fresh fish. I know there's a lot of fishermen in West Bay, so they could have fresh fish and meats and done at their market, which is a plus. I don't see it happening too often in the one in Georgetown, but I'm pretty sure if it happened in West Bay, they can wind up in town, so get that contact up there too.
To Jamon's point, we did have 2 guys who actually come there from time to time and sell their fish. We haven't gone into the meats because that's another thing, but it's easy to keep fish ready for sale rather than meats. So, and we have some other public health concerns when it comes to those things. So we want to make sure that we're not violating any laws. But you know, and the great thing about this is actually it protects our environment as well by building and farming. It actually allows the ecosystem to become a whole lot more friendly and a whole lot more oxygen generation and so forth. I mean, not to mention, it keeps you fitter as a person if you're getting out there and doing something other than being a couch potato and watching TV. When you get home, it actually allows some activity and sharing of ideas in terms of how you basically do sharecrop and how you don't.
Many people find it therapeutic as well, you know, that physical activity, but for them it's a form of releasing therapy, a form of sort of appreciation of what the soil.
Plants hold secrets good too, so you can tell them. They can hold it good, man. You can roll with them and tell them how bad your day was, or you can mount off the plant, or the person that really got you vexed. You can mount the plant off, the plant now mount your back. He might not want to get beans or nothing for that day, but
not to mention it's a whole lot more healthy when you actually eat organic grown vegetables and fruit.
You've seen a study out of France just recently, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No, it is important for you to know what you grow and eat what you grow. And if we can do that, I think Caymanians used to live a lot longer when they used to. The fact that everybody used to be well into their 90s and all these centurions that we had in the past, and they grew up on the chicken coop and on the land. You know, so that is something that we should get back to if we're looking for longevity.
As you say that too, I think that gives us a chance. We recognize that we see organic on a lot of labels now on things. Maybe increasingly we start to develop a mindset as to what it is, and hopefully our farmers recognize that they're growing the soil, but we have a standard that they're not introducing pesticides, or they understand the soil, so that the public becomes informed. This gives us a chance.
Correct. It certainly does, and I think how you actually do that, you know, when you come out and you speak to people like Mr. Tunic Powell and Ali E. Smith and others that actually do it, they'll give you tips in terms of how to actually do it without introducing the pesticides, using natural remedies to get rid of pests. So I think, you know, the sharing of ideas and basically West Bay people just coming together and connecting as a result of the farm initiative and the AgriFest is so much more beneficial. It's probably the first time I've seen some people since we started this in years, because they were doing what they were doing, and you know, it gives us a
central point too.
A central point to bond and reconnect and just sort of see each other, so you know, to socialize.
So we can have a nice time down in West Bay on Saturday. And everybody need to come. You can come from East End, that's fine. We Cayman back too, you're welcome.
It's the whole day, right? 9 till 4?
9 until 4.
All right. And admission, I understand, is quite affordable.
Yeah, it's very affordable.
Everybody can afford it.
FREEE.
Just some gas money to get you there.
It's free.
Free 99.
Free 99.
Free. No, but it's good. I mean, from the entertainment to the competitions to the the food. I think Jambo, the culinary cook-off, National Youth Culinary Program.
Yes.
We're starting to see some potential world-class chefs, not just because of their competitive nature and their successes, but the progress that they're demonstrating locally. Preparation for what's to come going forward, no?
Yes, we're trying to make sure that we develop world-class leaders who can create world-class occasions as well around food. That's what we do with the culinary program. We really focus on leadership because we know that young people needs that kind of guidance. And once they can showcase their leadership, they'll be marketable at all levels, no matter, it'll be global.
Yeah, and that's the thing, food, I believe, unifies the people. The ability to grow and feed, whether it's your family or your nation, maybe independently be able to produce it all yourself, but there are certain things that we can remind people this is what we used to grow. It's interesting, I was talking to my father recently, and the beans, the fruit, the different things that they had available, we don't have them anymore. We develop most of the things into other sort of projects, but nothing much for the agrarian nature.
And beans are that other great source of protein. So basically, I think, I remember growing gungo peas, having grass pieces of gungo peas in Mount Pleasant and having to harvest them. You get a lot of cuts on your fingers actually shelling the beans and putting them in different things. But, I think that's actually the good thing about, all of these older people coming together and basically hopefully encourage the younger people to come out so that knowledge can be shared with them, how it used to be done. And I think that's where our agricultural district displays and the heritage displays are going to be so vital to basically educate. Also, we don't want to forget the people who've helped us, our sponsors,
It's free to you because it costs somebody else.
Yeah, so the Ministry of Education and Health, Ministry of Tourism, Ministry of Tony Powell, Mr. Alfredo Power, Radio Cayman. Again, thanks for having us on, Burger King. And then our many volunteers who've worked behind the scene, especially Miss Julie Brooks and basically her West Bay Central Committee, as well as Kodak and Miss Marjorie Ebanks and Star Rose prison inmates, Monique Burton, Monique Brooks, and the NYCP. RCIP and Youth Service Unit and Mr. Jamo for coming on board at such short notice and pulling it together for us. And, I heard someone say that Jamo wouldn't know, but I remember Jamo growing up in West Bay too, so I think he West Bay, he might have relocated like myself, but, we're all sons of the soil of West Bay who
still got my stamp.
Got more back toes to prove it,
I still introduce myself as old loud, not from West Bay, so.
But this is the thing, and you talking about the older people sharing their knowledge and connecting with the younger, but it maybe reminds someone of what life was like, what they had to do, but what they could grow and what they used to grow in the country. And for some, that's possible to grow here. We're seeing some of the new things that are being sort of introduced, but we're reminded of what they did, not only out of necessity, but perhaps was traditional and they saw the benefit of it. It's amazing of what we could do when we work together.
Young people starting to gravitate to it too. We have a young man that just joined the National Youth Culinary Program that he does his own hydroponic farming at home and stuff. I'm like, what? 10 years old? I'm like, what? That's impressive.
Yeah, I think that's.
So I gotta go by him and learn something.
Yeah, it shows you what is available to us, but it needs to be nurtured and encouraged, and then there needs to be an opportunity to showcase it, so that person can get a sense of validation, but also instruction and guidance. And then with that may inspire them to do more, to expand, perhaps even to introduce other areas. But equally, Jamo, as you shared, gets other people to say, that's possible. Let me borrow that example. Just stick with anything else, huh?
I think it's one way of... Sorry, Tommy. I think it's one way of curbing our unemployment rate. If we got empty land, there's probably even crown property. Since it's not being utilized, let's grow something on it, and because it has some value, it can grow something on it.
Yeah, well,
use it to employ 2 or 3 young people from the community, or 6 young people from the community to grow a certain product that will feed the market, and that's it. I mean,
We can do it, man. We can do it. Tommy, in closing us out, I mean, as you take us through now, share with us.
Yeah, I'd like to say thanks to Radio Cayman for hosting us and basically appeal to everyone to come out on Saturday to the West Bay Heritage Park between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m., where we'll be on display many of the produce and stuff grown in West Bay by local farmers and basically put up for sale, as well as many other activities for children, petting zoo, horse rides for the younger kids, old-time Cayman games. So for those of you that may wonder if you know a game that we don't know, come on out and we'll see. Face painting, there's also snow cones for the kids, or the children, sorry, not kids.
Yeah,
Cayman
the kids can be in the petting zoo.
Demonstration. The children can come pet the kids in the petting zoo.
There you go.
And, not to mention we have numerous local dishes. And I can tell you what, I'm salivating now. I'm actually thinking of that. Great products that turtles can produce. So come on down and see how many different ways turtle can be cooked in West Bay. And there's even a soup that they're making that many people don't know about because I think it's kind of unique. And come on out and see how that turtle soup tastes. Okay. And this is done by all local West Bayers, and not to mention our heavy cakes. If you come and leave without a piece, I know you're not Caymania.
Well, this Saturday, right, Jumbo? 9 till 4?
Yes, and the National Cook-Off will be at the tail end of all of the activities. It start at 2 and end at 4. But the young people there will be competing, will get to see all the stuff. They'll actually get some money to shop in the farmers market for products that they might need for their dish.
Stadium Kitchen live.
Not to mention we have our very own half West Bay band, Swanky Kitchen Band, and they will actually be playing there as well, giving us some local entertainment throughout the day.
All right. Hey, thanks very much, and thanks to Miss Joan Lee. When she goes to YouTube and see herself on camera, she'll be...
She wondering what she doing
there. All right. Saturday, 9 to 4 at the West Bay Heritage Park. Gents, thanks very much. And when you see Miss Joan Lee, tell her thanks as well.
Yeah.
All right. Please stay tuned for Talk Today.
Happy nice boy.
This Wednesday, the season finale for Brianna Bodden is Season of Service. You don't want to miss it.
Party's coming in, I can't wait.
Great food, fun times, and new music.
Plus, we on midterm break, so we can sleep in late after all that fun.
Sleep in late? What happened? You need beauty rest, or?
Speaking of beauty, YCLA finalist Casey Mobler will be on Youthflex this week.
It sounds like it's going to be a beautiful show.
Along with Melanie McField from Parrot Seek office.
Our word of the week is dormitory. D-O-R-M-I-T-O-R-Y. It is a noun that means a large bedroom for a number of people in a school or institution.
In my bedroom, let's take a trip to the moon.
So join us this Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Radio Cayman 89.9 FM for the season finale of Season of Service for Youthflex, a program for all people by young people. Youthflex, more than talk.
Welcome to our Esso service station. How can I help you today, ma'am?
$25 in fuel, please.
Sure. I bet I can make you smile, too.
Bet you can't.
Would $5,000 cash make you smile?
Of course. Who wouldn't? But how?
Spend $25 or more in fuel at any of our Esso service stations, and you could be the winner of $5,000 cash. Every week for 5 weeks, one lucky winner will win $5,000 cash. Made you smile, didn't I?
I'm smiling.
Drive into an Esso station today. The Esso brand is a trademark of ExxonMobil Corporation and is used under license.
You remember the sale at Vant Motors?
Yeah, the Your Sale, Your Choice. The one where you can get cash back or can put the savings to extend the warranty or upgrade features.
Yes, it's still going on. But now you can get $8,000 off a new Ford Ranger truck. $8,000, you know?
You for real?
Come see for yourself while they still have so much to choose from now through October. Save big during Your Sale, Your Choice at Vant Motors. With almost every vehicle on sale, you decide whether to get your dream ride at its lowest price. Take cash back. Add years to the warranty or service plan. Choose an add-on or mix your options. Your sale, your choice. Because you know what you need, and Vant Motors will help you drive it home. Vant Motors on Walkers Road.
Brand Source Home Gallery is celebrating 48 years serving Cayman with a 20% store-wide anniversary sale. Get 20% off everything for 2 days only, Friday and Saturday, October 26th and 27th. Choose from Cayman's largest range of kitchen and laundry appliances. Browse the huge mattress selection and save 40% off. Check out the Design Center and save 20% on your custom design kitchen, bathrooms, or closets. And browse the beautiful bath showroom for the most elegant and innovative bath products in Cayman. The Brand Source 20% off store-wide anniversary sale is Friday and Saturday, the 26th and 27th. Open until 6 p.m. both days. So hurry in now to Brand Source Home Gallery in Industrial Park. Call 623-5000 for more details.
Satisfaction is guaranteed 24 hours a day, whether it's music or information.
From Grand Cayman to Cayman Brac to Little Cayman, we've got you covered.
You ever hear a thing like that?
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman. Radio Cayman's newsroom. These are the biggest stories right now.
As plans for the Pirates Week Festival begin to ramp up, organizers are gearing up to raise awareness on how we can reduce the use of single-use plastic during its hashtag Pirates Against Plastic campaign. This year's festival's sub-theme is celebrating the seas, and organizers are hoping to implement biodegradable disposable food items in their food courts, which is where most of the single-use plastic is used each year. They've teamed up with Plastic Free Cayman to host a public beach cleanup on November 10th, starting at 8 a.m. at Barker's Beach, and all are invited. Good afternoon, I'm Dion Anglin with your headlines and news elsewhere. The European Parliament has voted for a complete ban on a range of single-use plastics across the Union in a bid to stop pollution of the oceans. MEPs backed a ban on plastic cutlery and plates, cotton buds, straws, drink stirrers, and balloon sticks. The proposal also calls for a reduction in single-use plastic for food and drink containers like plastic cups. Half the population of war-torn Yemen, 14 million people, are facing pre-famine conditions. Humanitarian coordinator Mark Lowcock said survey work showed the number entirely reliant on aid for survival was 3 million higher than thought. He said there was a clear danger of a famine much bigger than anything any professional in this field has seen during their working lives. And a UK police force's image of a Ross Geller lookalike has drawn thousands of comedy responses. Officers shared the CCTV still of the man, dubbed the spitting image of Friends actor David Schwimmer, clutching a crate of beer. Within minutes, fans of the 90s sitcom had bombarded Blackpool Police's Facebook post with jokes inspired by show. That's a wrap of your headlines. I'm Dion Anglin.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands. What's happening in your community? News and information, music and more. You can find us. www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Radio Cayman is your choice, your voice for today's biggest news. Radio Cayman.
Caymankind is the Cayman experience.
We work at the Cayman Craft Market.
It is a myth that we do not need the cruise ship industry.
It is a fact that when there are no ships in port, we do not earn a living. We depend on the cruise industry, and if it was to reduce by half, many others just like us would suffer immensely. We want to work and provide for our families.
We need the pier.
Support the piers. Support our tourism.
Talk today. But I do have some questions. Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us. And it's truly an honor again to be able to sit and chat with Mr. Loxler Banks as we introduce to you something very special and spectacular, as we have a partnership with Talk Today and Cayman's Retro. Now, Mr. Loxler has used help us to maybe inform and sort of tease the public into what is to come forward. First off, Cayman's Retro. Many of us get a chance to listen to it, but some of us still don't appreciate the amount of effort or exactly what's involved. Say Retro.
Well, let's back it up a little bit
here.
There seems to be hopefully something that will keep going, effort to really get our culture, our history, and our heritage up front, which, to my thinking, have been neglected too long. A lot of things have gone on here in the Cayman Islands, I'd say in the last, especially about 55, 60 years, that I think the recognition of our culture, our history, and our heritage really did not play as important a role in that process, the consideration of that whole process, as it should have.
And those things, as you mentioned, in the last 50, 60 years in particular, are the things that are shaping today's sort of policies, processes, laws, people's, not just their perception, but their interaction with Cayman and of Cayman. But the historical nature may not been given the credence it deserves.
Yes, well, what do we got? 65, 70,000 people in Cayman now, they say, and I venture to say that 50% of them, 55% of them, really don't know anything about Cayman Islands' history and its culture, its heritage, and maybe some of them could care less. But I think locally it has been neglected to really push these things up to the top, float them up to the top.
And when you think of it too, whether it's in the schools or whether it's in the businesses, whether it's in the homes, as families invite friends and new acquaintances, do we ourselves know enough about who we are as a people? Do we celebrate it often enough and in a sufficient public way?
Yeah, well, there's so many aspects that play into this effort of a community knowing its history, its culture, its heritage, and it has to do with the home, the church, the whole community at large, and especially institutions that really should be highlighting some of this information. I think back to when I guess you could say Radio Cayman was in its development. When I was advocating for a radio system for Cayman back in the mid-'60s, I developed a series of programs that potentially would be aired, and one of them was History Echoes, or Echoes of History, and that was 1964. Now, we didn't get our Radio Cayman didn't come into being until 1976. So, that was 12 years. That the only kind of let's say publicity that I think our history and our culture got was what was being disseminated under the coconut tree or under the Neesberry tree or by the big gun or by the wreck or whatever.
But even that.
And it was a lot of it. And it was gathered at that time. But subsequent in modern, you want to call it modern times, there has not been enough effort to capture all of this stuff, a lot of this stuff that was sitting between somebody's two ears. And they have, as Dizzy Dean would say, and that's baseball termination, slid out away from us, and it's all lost.
We are, as you're sharing, still a very oral history. Most of the things that we have, probably a lot of it has lost with the passing of those people, and the family members that are around may not feel confident to spell, this is what our grandfather said, this is what a great aunt may have shared. And as the generations come and go, so too is that history, that knowledge, that respect and appreciation for what we were.
Yeah, well, I think, and this is where this new series of programs, Radio Cayman, CI Retro Talk Today, we hope will, generate and will make some inroads into that that process, that aspect, in that if people are interested, then there will be ample opportunity for them to learn and listen a little bit about it. And the first program in the series is going to deal with the importance of the Cayman Islands' history, culture, heritage, and its influence on or development or sustained development in this modern age. I mean, there's so many things going on around here in Cayman now that's really so foreign to what Cayman really, to my thinking, should be about. That I think there has to be a very serious effort going forward put into the process.
And the thing is, we look at the resources that we may have here, whether it's the National Archive, the National Museum, and other areas. As I say publicly, very, very much with a lot of pride and respect and appreciation the work that Ray Banker, and I give him the credit, in sort of sparing almost no unturned stone. Sadly, I don't think he's getting the necessary support from on high in respect to being able to gain access and have the time to devote to it, because there's a lot of material that we don't have readily available. A lot of it that you stumble upon, literally. There's something because there was something somebody said some time back that you may recall, or you may go back to an older parent or some other elder in the community, and then use the information with Blythe, for instance. A revelation to some.
Yeah, well, I believe, and somebody listening may differ with this, but I think that the Legislative Assembly, and we're still in the town hall in those days, they started to record those sessions on reel-to-reel tape.
Mm-hmm.
And I would venture now, I believe that a great many of those tapes are still withering away somewhere here. And they were all reel-to-reel tapes, the quarter-inch tape, one side bright, the other side oxide. The oxidization on that just turns to dust over years, and it's lost.
Is that, whether it's a photograph in our homes, whether it's some recording of something, whether official or not, is it then that as a society specifically, we don't seem to value, appreciate, nor understand the significance of capturing, preserving these things, good, bad, or indifferent, for future reference and future generations?
Well, I think that has been lacking over the years. Yes, though again, I think a lot of it is in the community. There just has to be a real concerted effort to gather these things up. Just recently, 6 weeks ago, I had never seen a picture of the old Noko. Now, there was an old Noko,
and a new Noko.
Or there was a Noko and then a new Noko. Well, when the new Noko was lost, of course, the old picked up the old Noko, and I had never seen a picture of the old Noko in all of my life. Yeah. And someone sent me a picture, and they're living down in on the west coast of Florida, because they were in contact with someone up there that I guess related some conversation that maybe we've had, I don't know how long ago, and beautiful picture.
Before I ask you to tell me from your recollection how the two compare, but before I do, there's some listening I may not know. You're actually indeed speaking to Mr. Loxley Ebanks, but when you talk about the Noko, the old Noko, the Noko, and others, we're not talking about a tree or fruit or a dish or a person.
We're talking about two very prominent ships. We call them ships. They were motorboats in our Cayman, figures quite prominently in our Cayman history and heritage.
And the importance of that as a means of people as well as goods moving back and forth.
Yes, right? Very much so.
Our means to this little place that almost to some can't be found on a map, even today.
Yes.
But we had international trade, commerce, and travel.
Yes. And the old Noco, I believe, if there's any of her, as you refer to ships, her left, is still lying up around what we call the rocks. I guess half a mile up from what's now Garvin's. Well, yeah.
I thought you were going to go there.
Garvin's Park.
Come on, no.
It used to be a great little fishing nook there because the motor was there and or part of the motor. But in thinking back, because that was what we heard back in those days. But I believe that the motor was taken out of the old Noco and put in the new Noco.
That's what I heard, but I mean...
Yes, but there was something up there that resembled some kind... It might have been their windlass, the windlass. I just can't...
But with the greatest respect, and I trust you don't, feel I'm talking out of school. I watch you come in here like many of us and put in a lot of hours, spend a great deal of time producing, getting the shows together. I compare that to what I see Ray doing. Now, may I, again, guide me, chastise me publicly if you need to. You answer to yourself specifically, not the human in a sense, right? You have the other commitment.
Well, let's say before about a year and a half ago.
Well, yes. Yes. But being no longer committed to the clock and having to punch in, the 9 to 5. Oh. I watch Ray put in effort and not having the time, not having the stuff. Maybe we as a people don't appreciate the amount of work that it goes to get this thing to the stage where you can at least start to present something to people. Maybe we don't have the appreciation or the respect for what is it that we're trying to find. And like you shared, that concerted effort to go into the community, to talk to the older people, to dig through some of the family photos, for instance, and to know that those photos are not just in the living rooms here on Grand Cayman or Nebraska or elsewhere, but they may be on the west coast of Florida, somewhere off Texas. They could be in Europe or
yes.
And it needs that.
Yeah. Well, you say the time factor. You look at a hour and a half movie or 2 hour movie. Hey, some of those things take years to produce. And I don't believe, I'm sure that the recognition is not given at that level that what it takes to do these things. To bring it, put it out to where it's out on the airways, or even writing.
Look at the cassava cake. Right? I mean, Christmas Pirates Week coming up now, but look at the cassava cake. There are some conveniences now. So you go to Mr. Danny, he can get you the grated cassava and save you the time. But that's pulp that he gives you. He's done a lot of work. He's planted it. He's taken it out. He's grated it. He's brought it to you. Now you can process, what he has there. We who just, can I have a slice, please? And it's X dollars, and we, that's expensive. But what is going into that? Like that cassava cake, like that fish dinner, like the other things. But this is, even that magnified times n.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So much more. Yeah. And it takes time.
Yeah, it's, I think preserving history, especially a country's history, takes a lot of work and a lot of people thinking about it and making sure that the right process is put in place.
What's the African proverb Ray always tells me about? He says, until the lion gets a biographer, the hunter will always be the hero.
Yeah.
Part of the process in Cayman, we're not ensuring that the story is being told. No, accurate, the good, the bad, and the indifferent.
Yes.
But we need to take that. We need to make sure we have time.
And we're looking at it. Here we have, I believe, probably 19, might be upwards 21 radio stations in the country.
Really?
Well, I believe so. Last count that I had, I think I came up with 19.
Mm.
Now, how many of them are doing anything that relates to the Cayman Islands culture, Cayman Islands history? Though they're operating in this environment, you're not getting you want to call it the corporate responsibility there. But that doesn't only go back to, let's say the individual station. It goes back to a policy that should be in place, saying if you're going to operate within the Cayman Airways, use our airspace to get your information out, then you have there's a need for you to put something back into the community in the form of educating the public on our culture, our history, our heritage, because in a community like this, that's what we got 200, or we got over 120 different nationalities, and unless they're really, and I want to say bombarded with it, they're not going to pay much attention. And what happens to the Cayman history and culture? It gets buried. It gets.
Just look at our foods. It's not a fusion or a melding, or replacing. Mr. Loxley, respect for that. I got so caught up with what you were sharing. Let me just pause, take a quick break. When we come back, we'll tell people about the first show coming up on the 26th. Okay. Hey, stay tuned for Talk Today.
The Premier League is back. Every team, every game, every goal is on Flow. Sign up for the Flow Sports Pack today and get 8 dedicated channels to all the Premier League games in stunning HD. Call 1-800-534-7253 or visit discoverflow.ky for more info. The Premier League is back.
Congratulations, it's a boy.
During the greatest events of your life, whether or not you have the right health insurance coverage should be the last thing on your mind. That's why at Fidelity Health, we are committed to helping you get matched with the right plan to suit you and your family. We offer a range of plans to suit your budget, plus access to a network of quality care throughout the Caribbean and the USA. You can relax and enjoy life's greatest moments when you are covered with Fidelity Health. Call us today at 949-7822 for a free quote.
We need to talk. Okay. We've noticed you've been going to KFC a lot more than usual lately. And
that's fine. We know you love it.
We just don't understand how you can afford it.
The KFC What a Deal menu, starting at just $3.50, gives you lots of great choices and value. Available at KFC Baytown Plaza, Shudden Road, and in the Strand. The KFC What a Deal value menu, the deal everyone should know about. Come to KFC and enjoy a variety of tasty choices at surprising prices. KFC, so good.
Cruise tourism is a vital part of Cayman's economy. It is the government's responsibility to create an environment where our people can have an opportunity to grow and prosper today, tomorrow, and into the future. It is a myth that Cayman does not need cruise tourism. It is a fact that cruise passengers spend $200 million per year buying services from small businesses, tour operators, attractions, restaurants, and retail shops. Those funds stay right here, supporting our economy and communities. Support the pairs. Support our tourism.
Talk today. But I do have some questions. Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. Thank you for joining us in the studio, Mr. Loxley Ebanks. And as we share with you, this coming Friday, we have a new Talk Today CI Retro series that's coming online. Mr. Loxley, it's very exciting. I've seen you work diligently, huh? So,
you got to be diligent in digging into this, digging into that process. But yeah. The first program in this series is going to it's going to focus in on the importance of the Cayman Islands history our history, our culture, our heritage, and its influence on going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Because, as I mentioned before, I don't think that enough prominence has been put on it looking back where we've come from, though, for a little small island, I think we've done quite well. And maybe in the earlier years, prior to, I'd say prior to the war years, there might have been a bit more emphasis put on our culture and our heritage as we move forward. But I think there was a period in between there where it kind of just floated at its own level, and nobody was really guiding the process. And like I say, whatever was disseminated at that time wound up between our ears, or two ears, and a lot of them are now silent, and it went with them.
That's the thing is here. We don't know what we've lost, whether it's the knowledge of the people, the practice, or even sometimes that particular bush that we thought was a bush because of the wanton clearing.
Well, when Radio Cayman first established in 1975, this was one area that both Doran and I had a great interest in, but we really did not, I had to say it, at that point, get the support to do it. It was only in subsequent 2 or 3 years later that we just pushed it. I mean, the series of programs that was aired here, where we brought such prominent Caymanians at the time as Mr. Lee Ebanks. Now, you mentioned that name around here. I'm not sure anybody would recognize it, but there's a gentleman who served in government for probably 40, 45, 50 years in almost every department that government had at the time, with efficiency and whatever other accolades you want to put with it. And we captured some of his. Another gentleman, Bertie Ebanks.
Mr. Bertie.
How many, and I learned a little bit from him about Forey Rock. You ever heard of Forey Rock?
I haven't heard it in a long time. But you see, even words like that, right? I mean, that's why I like what you're sharing. I see the compliment to what we're doing. Ray. Things that we're forgetting, we're almost afraid to even say some of these things because we think the vernacular is inappropriate in this era. We all have to speak with a certain way. No, my friend, you can still be audible and respectable.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's we don't want to get too far on the other side, but it's part of what we. And I bring up and I got a minute and a half or so. There was a teacher that came out here in, I guess it was 1946 or something like that, teaching at a private school, and she went back to the States and wrote an article about Cayman. And one of the things that she mentioned was some of the, I guess you could call it lingo that we were using in our communication up yonder and down yonder and to lee and to windward and Anna and something like that. And when she came back to Cayman, she did this during the summer. She came back to Cayman in September to teach. She was pretty quickly ushered off the island. Now, this was the pride that some of those folks took in people, and I don't want to use it. She didn't try to infringe. I think she was only doing it in a more or less educational manner. But we took pride on what we had.
Yeah.
And you can infringe on it a little bit, but do it in a nice way.
And that's the thing but again, it comes back to us making sure that we understand what it is and have respect in it. And be careful. I mean, I think at times I'm guilty of this. We don't do ourselves a great disservice in attempting to ensure that we preserve what we have. But by the same token, that we make sure that thing is representative, is accurate, and the narrative is reflective of us, but controlled and presented. I see the strong compliment, and I think it's going to be fun on Friday to delve in this with you some more. Because I love this country.
Well, not only me, we're going to have we're going to have a panel of guests on here, eminent in Cayman history, Cayman culture, and really what's been going on here over the last. Most of them can span the last 50 years and probably way back, because they too, were listening.
So
had their ears to the ground.
Collectively, the panel probably spanned 400 years, huh?
Well, probably so.
I'm looking forward to learning and laughing with you on Friday, Mr. Loxley. And hopefully we see the great tie-in with the other stuff we're doing. Thanks very much, sir.
We'll be here, and hopefully that we can move this process forward in a very efficient manner, and that we can enlighten those in the community who wants to be enlightened. If they're going to live among us, then they should be enlightened about our culture or community or history and our heritage.
This Friday, right in the Talk Today slot, you're going to hear something that's going to be informative and engaging as we bring forward another perspective of our history and our heritage, and a strong compliment to what we're working on. So thanks much, sir. All right. Hey to our listeners, if today is Wednesday, Mr. Fox, has the day changed yet? It's still Wednesday? All right, well, tomorrow we know for sure that it's Thursday we have members of opposition joining us. So that's the plan for tomorrow. Oh, I love talking politics. As Quincy Brown says,
There's a lot of it on the terrain.
There you go, sir. Well, until tomorrow, be blessed.